about losing yourself. For a minute, only for a minute. Because everybody out here is from different places. They don't know nobody. So I'm going to lose myself, she's going to lose herself, and everybody else is going to lose themselves. But just for this weekend, alright? That's why it's only once a year. That's only why it's only...
Hit for the team, took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity, I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I'm still live through technology. The sun will start shining. Black is the pain, and is the pain, and is the pain, and just be patient. Your destiny will manifest. Yes, for
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? I hope that y'all are having a wonderful Saturday evening. Baby, this past week and this weekend has been exposing a lot of ish. Okay? I ended up watching that FreakNik documentary twice. Okay? And I'm excited to have this conversation, to dive into it. Now, I may not hit on everything. And if there are some things that I missed in this review, okay, please share your thoughts in the comment section, whether you're doing it now or whether in the replay game, okay? And with that being said, I'm not here by myself. I have a very, very special guest with me to help me give commentary on FreakNik, okay, FreakNik, all right? The Wildest Party Never Told. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Harold. Harold, what's going on?
What's going on? Greetings and salutations.
What's going on? What's up, Deshaun? How you doing? What's going on, Queen Spicy, and everybody else that's listening? I'm gonna let y'all know right now, it's gonna be kind of lit, okay? I got 2 joints and I have another one rolled up, okay? Because
yes, indeed, and I have my wine.
Stay ready. You gotta get ready. And you see, Harold has his wine, so we're gonna kind of let loose, okay, in this commentary. And there's a reason why I played that Y2C song in the beginning, because again, one of the highlights that I want to speak about is the respectability politics, especially in the black community, to where a lot of older people feel some type of way about how the generation is acting, but I don't know if they forgot that when they were children, or they were, shall I say, young adults, or still youth before they transition into adulthood, how they were acting the exact same way than the kids today. If anything, the kids are just more, they're more just more honest about it, as opposed to trying to hide it. So
more visible.
Yes, make it more visible. And I mean, again, like, none of this probably wouldn't happen if y'all low-key wasn't also recording shit with y'all camcorders, looking up girls' skirts and looking at titties and shit to incriminate yourself. There was literally one guy, and I have a quote here on my phone in my notes, where he says, "Hey, this is your granddaddy, and I'm in Atlanta being a player. Where's he at? Can we have a conversation with him?
Granddaddy.
His damn life." Okay? But before we get into it, let me go ahead and get this on together, because, you know, we work smarter, not harder over here, okay? Boom. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, before we get into breaking down this documentary, what was your first initial thought of the documentary? What did you think about it?
Well, when I first started watching it, like I was telling you earlier, I don't know what I was expecting exactly, but to me, it kind of seemed like they crammed a whole bunch of a lot of years into 80 minutes or however long it was. I feel like they didn't really show the fun part of it. You know what I'm saying? As far as what the picnic stood for, they didn't show that.
Right. Okay, understandable. That makes sense. I mean, I low-key thought it was going to be an actual series,
I did too. They said I thought it was a docu-series.
Yeah, a docu-series. I know it was actual documentary, movie, feature-length documentary feature-length film, or whatever the case may be. But for me, I am grateful for the documentary. As an individual who tries to be objective, in my own individual life, and then look in the world outside of me, I like how they were able to, and we're going to talk about it, break down the origin of it, because a lot of people don't know how FreakNik originated. They just remember it more so the freaky
freak event.
Yeah, a freak event, straight up a freak hoe event. Okay. But to learn about the origins of it, and then kind of see how it did benefit Atlanta, it's true, FreakNik did transform. It transformed the way the world looked at Atlanta in reference to blackness, black culture, black hairstyles, black music, all that. But then, of course, some of that just can't control yourself. You got your titties out, so you must want me to touch them. You got your ass out, so you're asking me for this type of energy came through, especially with Uncle Luke and stuff. And then during some of the latter years before it died down, it became more so not such a fun experience. You know what I'm saying?
Sort of violent.
Yeah, sort of violent, sort of sexist. You know what I'm saying? Sort of fucked up. And today we're in a different viewpoint. We're looking back at our mistakes that we've made, and we're learning from them, which is why I'm grateful this documentary is out, because again, I think it opens up a conversation between black parents and black children, because a lot of black parents, I don't know if they forgot where they came from, but it's kind of if they're going down the same route as you, you've already lived it and you experienced it, instead of trying to quote unquote stop them from doing that, which even if you stop them, just like a lot of the people who went to FreakNik, they went without letting their parents know. At least this time, try to educate them so that if they do decide to go to these events, that they can do so in a healthy and safe way, as opposed to experiencing what they experienced. You know what I'm saying? When they went to the event. Okay. Spicy said, "Did I ever tell y'all I accidentally went to FreakNik?" Share your experience, Queen Spicy, please. Let us know. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me change the music up real quick. Hold on. Let me change it up real quick. Where we at? Do you happen to have any headphones, Harold?
I do not.
You do not? Okay. Then. So, I guess on some parts, if you can just mute yourself, because there's a little bit of background noise. That's all.
Okay.
So, we'll go ahead and get started, y'all. Okay. And also, too, there is also a link to MTV's True Life. They did a documentary on FreakNik, and I think it was the same year that Stacy unfortunately was sexually assaulted. And we're also going to play a clip from that. I played a clip in the beginning about this guy saying that when you come to matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all see it since y'all are here. This is what the guy said. Okay, this is from the documentary by, again, MTV, True Life. And this is what he said about FreakNik.
FreakNik is about losing yourself. Only for a minute. Because everybody out here is from different places. They don't know nobody. So I'm going to lose myself, she's going to lose herself, and everybody else is going to lose themselves. But just for this weekend, alright? That's why it's only once a year. That's why it's only once a year. So.
Okay, he gave y'all a breakdown of what FreakNik was. At least the freaky part of it, okay? And I have quotes here as well. I have my notes. Again, I'm going to be looking at the comments. So if there's anything that I missed, anything that you guys would like to add, nuance to, please make sure that you share it in the description box, in the comment section, okay? And for those who are the parents who went to FreakNik and still feel some type of way about this documentary, also share your thoughts, because I really want to learn from the situation, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the creation or the humble beginnings of FreakNik, right? Now, first of all, I just love how they honored Atlanta, you know, with black people just being everywhere. I think environment is very important. Seeing people like you do great things inspires you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you also see why so many people flock to Atlanta.
Exactly. It was also a black middle class America. Atlanta also was about finding black freedom. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, influencing black culture and of course higher black education. Right? That was a very big thing. And I really appreciate that, because our ancestors lost their lives trying to educate themselves about the system. So the fact that black people are trying to find their way in the system, even though the system don't give a fuck about us, still trying to excel and find some sort of excellence or create your own excellence. I really appreciate that. I appreciate them honoring the genesis of FreakNik. Now, of course, in the documentary, it said that in 1983, Emma Monique Amadi, along with the theme Freak, which was inspired by Sheila Freak, okay, by the group Chic, as well as through the connection of like state clubs, was able to cultivate an all-black college spring break experience that gained more and more traction every year. You know what I'm saying? At that time, in their humble beginnings, they had to get donations, buy all the food, drinks, and at that time, they were at a disclosed location or space at Piedmont Park. And in the beginning, it was just a big-ass Southern cookout. Like, black people felt like they couldn't go to Daytona and find their own space without having to deal with racism. So instead of being able to go back, because some of them couldn't afford to go back, they said, hey, let's create some sort of spring break thing just dripping in melanin. And it was very interesting to be able to hear how that all came about. So like, what was your thoughts when you heard that?
I loved it. For the most part, we all know.
Man, please stay. I want to hear your comments. Please stay. Shout out to Black Men Unfiltered in the building. We not haters over here. Okay. We disagree, but we don't hate. Go ahead.
We all know for the most part that we weren't welcome in those white spaces. Well, we were, but we weren't.
Right.
So the fact that they took it upon themselves to create something that was for us, when a lot of us couldn't afford to go back home.
Right.
And we took that opportunity to create something right there at school for us. I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that was one of the things that really influenced FreakNik, which I'm glad you said it, because it kind of like transitioned to my notes as far as like FreakNik's like evolution. So here we see the beginning where everything started, humble beginnings, black higher education. Oh shit, I dropped my water. Forming. And over the years, it's just garnering more attention. More black people are finding a space or a place to go that, again, involves people that look like them. So they're going to feel safe. They're going to feel they're able to really connect. You know what I mean? So in 1989, at this time, FreakNik blew the fuck up, okay? Now, due to the blow up of black creativity, such as Purple Rain, The Color Purple, all these damn purples. What's going on? Well, I love purple weed, amen. Coming to America, Lean on Me, Sometimes in Our Life, Do the Right Thing, School Days, as well as black television shows such as
'89 was a huge year for blackness.
Yes, it was. It was very much so, and it was really that year was showcasing black excellence and like higher learning, especially with HBCUs, as well as some of the shows, like I said, mentioning FreakNik. You know what I'm saying? In their shows, black young adults from all over the country. A different world, yep. They all made their way down to enjoy the party. Now, it was also a time to flex, because, when black people get together, we some flashy motherfuckers. We some dynamic ass people. So it was a time to flex, too. Niggas was driving to Atlanta to also show off their cars and their rims. At that time, the Suzuki Samurai was one of the favorite models. And also, too, a lot of black influential stars started to show up at FreakNik. So here it is, coming from this humble beginning with it being a college-only event. and it's becoming more broad to the black community around the country for them to come, and it's now garnering attention from celebrities such as Tupac, Da Brat, Halle Berry, T.I., Goody Mob, Usher, Outkast, and etc., and so many others. And FreakNik also became the hub for black fashion, music, and a rich culture that just dripped in melanin. Like, I see people now creating the whole Ronnie from Players Club hairdo and all that type of shit, and really digging into the culture at that time. To even like now, the songs that were made are still very much nostalgic. Like, I've never been to FreakNik, but I think some of those songs can kind of capture the essence of freedom that black people felt at that time, especially in Atlanta. Jermaine Dupri also played a pivotal role of putting Atlanta and FreakNik on the map in reference to the rich musical talent that the city possessed. Individuals like Criss Cross, Da Brat, Escape, Jagged Edge, etc. The melanin energy was popping. So what were your thoughts like when you saw that transition, as far as like starting the humble beginnings, and now oh my God, like there's a real big black presence, not just from the people in Atlanta, but from all over coming to Atlanta. What were your thoughts about that?
Like I said, I just think that the foundation of FreakNik was just pretty dope. Like, it was, like I said, it was a space to express blackness, and we were able to, like you said, be around each other and just exist in our own shit. So,
right. And let me ask you this personally, because watching the documentary, all them black people, you know, it was some gay people there too. I hope y'all know that. Did you? I feel like I spotted a few of them in the doc. Did you spot a few of them?
I did.
I looked at them and said, "Oh, okay, that's nice." So we was there.
They might not have been made it known, but they were definitely there.
Yeah, and we're gonna definitely talk about the whole queerness thing too. I'm glad Black Men Unfiltered is in here as well, because we're gonna talk about heterosexuality and their right to be able to share their debauchery.
I think it's such a new thing.
Yeah, share their debauchery and share their indulgence in the street. And I mean, hell, it's a cult following that people trying to resurrect now. But somehow, if a drag queen performs in the street, oh my God, it's a fucking problem. The children magically appear out of nowhere. So, and speaking about the children and the sexualization of children, remember that video I played in the beginning? Them little kids was talking about scrub the ground. Who was saying scrub the ground first?
You might need to run it again.
Oh, should I run it again?
Yeah, you should.
Matter of fact, hold on. We can do that real quick. We gonna do that. We can do. Y'all want to do a Y2C break? Because I really want to drive that home for some of y'all. Because it's like, if we gonna talk about it, we gonna talk about it. Okay. Again, we're talking about the Sexy Reds of the world today, and the Meg Thee Stallions of the world, and the Cardi B's, and the Glorillas, and all these other girls that a lot of people in the older generation are talking about. But baby, if you wasn't over here being a freak like me, Adina Howard, in the 90s, we wouldn't be having this shit right the fuck here. Roll that. My mama taught me. My mama taught me. Not my gay uncle taught me. Not the gay nigga on the street taught me.
Not the drag queen.
Not the drag queen on the street taught me. She said,
my
mama taught me. And you know the two men and two women can't come together and procreate and have a kids, so you know they can't call us daddies and mamas according to y'all. Let's get back to the stuff. I just want to show them real quick. We might bring it back up towards the end. Okay, because I want to make sure I drive that home. All right. Now, let's get into what made this, just like in that damn Netflix documentary, girl, when they was talking about looking at women or girls. First, it's innocently sweet, and then it becomes hypersexual. Okay, the second evolution is now we have gone from this being a college, black HBCU, black excellent event for us, by us, to now, hey, we want some, let me put the song on, pussy. We want some pussy, bitch. Okay? They want the punanti. Now, again, because of the attention that Atlanta and FreakNik were getting due to black cinema, syndicated television shows, and music, by 93, cut this down, son, hold on. By 93, it attracted the attention of 2 Live Crew's very own Uncle Luke, Uncle Luke and them, where he transformed FreakNik from this little Greek party in the party or a little Greek barbecue, or event in the party, into a hub where men can tap in, tap on, and record some hot, young, fresh, tight, 3.8 GPA, pump it up hairspray college pussy. And some men have even said, I can't remember it verbatim, but along the lines that the hardest thing for a man to turn down is a piece of hot, steaming ass pussy, right? And this coming from a bald man too, who probably would have showed up at FreakNik. Okay, now because of his video "Work It Out," which was filmed at FreakNik, it opened the once college-only event to a wider audience. But at the same time, one thing that I do appreciate amidst all the sexualization that was going on, there was a period where both men and women enticed each other equally. If men wanted to see some titties, the women wanted them to show them that dick. In the words of some more from the Queens of Comedy, nigga, fuck the bling bling, can you swing swing? Okay? What she say, only niggas with little dicks talking about this bitch ain't funny worth a damn, okay? It was a very much look but don't touch, and if it's really on something mutually consensual, then let it fly.
Right, there's really no issue.
Exactly. We had songs like Freak Like Me by Adina Howard and Ain't Too Proud to Beg by TLC, which allowed women to also share their sexual desires in a way where she gets to have control and agency over her own body, and she decides what she wants to do with it. Just like how a lot of women are now. A lot of women are taking agency of their body. Like, yeah, they know that you want their body, but you just can't have their body until I give you permission. So it's crazy how when we talk about these women having sexual agency and liberty, it's like, did y'all not forget, this is not like, you know, fucking 50 years plus down the road. This is very recent with FreakNik. So it's kind of like, if we're having that conversation then and having it now, we need to be listening. And at the same time, also with more black people showing up every year, you know, the money was stacking up.
Okay? Oh, yes.
Stacking up, and especially for black people. Go ahead. Hello?
Huh?
Oh, you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was agreeing with you.
Okay, because I know I'm talking a lot. If it's something you want to say, please interject.
Oh, yeah, I'll chime in.
Now, one projection of black money coming into Atlanta during FreakNik was around $20 million. And again, this was stated in the documentary that black people had political power while white people had economic or money power. So for capitalism, as long as capitalism is getting a part of its money, it doesn't give a fuck what y'all do. Okay, because it was so funny how when they saw all the money coming in, and there was a guy, a white guy, I have my quote up here, where he literally said, I've never seen a crowd with as much cash and money as these kids had. They had $100
and see, that's
bills.
That's where the jealousy kicked in.
That right there. They had $100 bills. They were ordering Dom Perignon and room service. And that was from a white man. So when we get into the racist aspect as far as, you know, what made FreakNik, I guess, go down the rabbit hole into hell, how they changed up. So again, the money was there. They was cool with it. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't an issue. But again, it's a capitalistic city. So we will literally see that soon, or talk about that soon. Now, in 1994, FreakNik literally shut the city down and transformed it into a big Woodstock street party, basically for black people. Again, white people had Woodstock and black people had FreakNik. Now, because of the city streets being at a standstill, you know, thousands of black people from all over visiting, it became a marketer's dream. Outkast was able to promote their own project, as well as local black businesses cashing in on this spring break event. So all this black, Atlanta already being the black mecca, right? And now all these other black people are coming in as well, right? Now there are black people who are setting up their own shop in the streets, on the corners, selling things to black people. There was an individual, I forgot the name of the store, to where they made the most money during the era of FreakNik. So it seemed like money was good. And there's a quote by an individual where he said, let me see if I can bring it up here. Yeah, black people have political power, white people have economic power. We would meet in the middle to do business and typically retreated to segregated neighborhoods, you know, an understanding that allowed the city to flourish in an uninterrupted way for decades. So because FreakNik was doing all that, it was bringing $20 million plus to the city. So that was absolutely amazing. I love that they showed that. And pretty soon, a 24-hour hip-hop station was created, catapulting the southern hip-hop sound and style into higher heights. So that was really dope.
So it absolutely had its pros because it wasn't all negative. That was generating more wealth for the city.
What's up, Shed? What's going on? Exactly. And that's the one thing that I like about this documentary, because again, as we're going to get into, the negative aspect or the downfall of FreakNik, people only just think of that, and we're going to talk about that definitely, because they do bring up some good points in the documentary in reference to racism. Oh, well, y'all don't do this shit to the white people in Daytona Beach, and they over there doing worse. And for those of y'all that remember, especially when you would watch cable television and the commercials, especially at night, do y'all remember Girls Gone Wild? How many young teenage girls, 18, barely legal, showing their tits, and people are making money off of it? But black niggas was kind of doing the same thing. So it's like, if we gonna demonize that behavior, demonize it across the board. Okay? Now,
and I know it was some underage girls out there.
Hell yeah, there were other people come, and it was old people. So again, it was black people regardless of age. They heard about FreakNik. They heard about the shit that happened at FreakNik. And again, it was a spectrum. There were people who were very extreme, like, hell yeah, I'm with the shit, all the shit, bitch, freak shit. I eat a bitch pussy. I don't do that, but I'll do it. There are people who are like, okay, well, you know, I'll probably just show my titty or something because don't nobody that I know is out here. And then there are individuals who just came to speculate and just watch everything, not participate, but just watch. But let's go ahead and get into the downfall, and then we're going to bring up a clip from the MTV True Life's 1998 version of FreakNik, which I think included the grape of Stacy, unfortunately. Now, in 1996, things started to change for FreakNik, right? Again, one more time, white people had economic power, and in capitalism, money is God, cream, cash rule everything around me. And the Olympics being hosted in Atlanta that year meant greater world awareness for Atlanta. It's one thing for the world and the country to see Atlanta as this black city, but again, the white people having economic power, they said, fuck that. We are getting world attention, which overshadows some of y'all nigga shit, so we're going to usher that in, okay? And it could bring in more business and more money-making opportunities than FreakNik. I think the individual stated that I forgot what the word he used, but he said the Olympics brought in like billions of dollars to the city. FreakNik could never. So that was a very paramount thing that kind of shifted it to where, again, they were trying to literally remove people or get black people to kind of veer off away from these spaces under the guise of, oh, we're preparing for the Olympics. And when I saw that part, the conspiracy theorist in me was like, that's so interesting that once black people start rising to shit, all of a sudden now Atlanta's going to host the Olympics. It just seemed very weird to me. Because again,
I didn't even look at it that way.
That's how I saw it. And again, like, whenever black people are doing something good, even though it was very sexual, because again, these are college kids who are in a space to be free. They're not at home where they got to worry about, oh, mom and dad catching me. They're young adults. So, of course, the sexual shit is going on. But it was more consensual. It was more of teasing.
Yeah, and that was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it was going to happen anyway. But it was more so erotic. It wasn't, like, aggressive, like...
It wasn't 19... dirty and grimy.
Yeah, just like how it would be going further on in the years. Now, around this time, what was considered to be consensual and enticing, what's up, Queen Lala, started to become more explicit. FreakNik developed into public acts of lewdness and disrespectfulness. There were people literally fucking in the streets, fucking in cars, fucking in the back of U-Haul trucks, and used ass Winnebagos where they breaking shit or whatever. But also, a lot of women didn't find it fun anymore. They were getting, it was one thing for men to record, hey, what's up, baby, what's going on? Oh, you look good. Ooh, look at you. And they kind of had a little moment of fame. Yeah, nigga, you can't get none though, but you can just, if you gonna bust a nut, you gonna bust a nut at home watching this shit on replay, but not with me. But then now these men, and I do think the Uncle Luke situation did play a role in that, because it really sexualized women, and he's the grandfather for a lot of this shit today. And it was just so interesting how when he came onto the documentary, it was kind of like, it's like, nigga, did you understand that you did play a heavy influence?
He was like,
You ain't
He
see that
was
give a
like, this
nonchalant?
ain't freaky enough. This ain't freaky enough. We can bring freak to the
This is
freak.
FreakNik, and this is some weird shit. We need to see some asses jiggling, asses wiggling, titties
And when he said
bouncing.
that, I was like, oh, okay.
But he
Like
made it seem, as if though it was like it was missing
yeah,
something, and like I guess it was because again it was his marketing play worked for him because again these are young adults who are sexually
yeah, and
charged who are
sex
in this
sells.
space, and now he saw that as a money thing. Like, oh wow, I can come down here, and then on top of that, in Daytona Beach, white girls showing their tits all the time, young girls showing their coochie all the
Yeah,
time. They doing all this shit too. So Luke was like, well, let me go down here and do it for the niggas. I can't do it for the white people. Because if I mess around with a white girl, my ass hand up in handcuffs. At least with y'all, I can get away with some shit. So that's what happened. And I also want to mention the racism. Let's talk about the racism for a moment. Again, no judgment. Just like we were speaking about. Those girls in Daytona, y'all not going over there. They trashing the place up. Beer bottles everywhere, throw up everywhere, used condoms everywhere, all type of shit everywhere. But they're just some good kids, and they're just having a good time. And I remember when I was young with your father, that we went to spring break and had fun too. So go out and sow your wild oats. But when black people start doing it, and again, wasn't nobody getting shot. Now, yeah, there was some bullshit going on, but wasn't nobody getting murked. And at this time, gangster rap started to kind of like pick up. So at this time, you would think some shit would pop off. And I mean, let BMF tell it. Big Meech met Tupac at goddamn FreakNik, nigga. So I mean, hey, you know what I mean? It's crazy. But then in 1998, and let me change the music for this part. If y'all can, please make sure y'all hit the like button for me, please. Let's go to, is it this one? Let's do this one. This is the one I like.
1998 when it all went down the shitter.
Down the shitter. And like somebody said, everything comes to an end. That's just with everything. In 1998, a very dark side of FreakNik was highlighted. Stacey Lloyd, who was a Morris Brown alumni, shared her grape experience during FreakNik weekend. Okay, and I do want to speak. Well, I guess I can speak about that afterwards. I'm going to bring up a clip from, again, MTV's True Life. And I want y'all to listen because, again, a grape situation happens in front of everybody where these men literally are trying to tear this woman's clothes off and to touch her and just really assault her in public. And especially with them being college students, what I did appreciate is that they did all sit down in a big circle, like in a communal way, and literally have the conversation about or debate on whether they asked for it because, again, like Black Men Unfiltered stated in the comments, those ladies were forced to be hoes in the 90s. So let's talk about what happens to the women being forced to be hoes in the 90s, shall we? Give me 1 second. Let me put this down.
Oh, dear God.
Yep, and I'm going to mute myself, so let's take a listen.
During FreakNik, we encounter females who are, to me, I don't like to say inappropriately dressed, but when you dress a certain way and you're dancing in front of the guys and you're in front of the camera and they're taking pictures, it brings on fun things. We all have feelings and we all are affectionate people. We are human beings. And then we're going to get these feelings and these emotions are going to get to flying high.
Yo, girls out here, they just letting us grab, title. Yo, this is heaven, son. This is heaven. This is heaven.
I got to pause. Y'all hear that? He said the women let you touch. The women let you grab. The women let you sniff. They might let you lick if your breath ain't hot. All type. This is heaven, nigga. And that was the thing that made FreakNik different. Because again, it started off where only HBCU individuals, not even HBCU, I'm sorry. The origin is HBCU, but just black colleges, black education from different places, different chapters, different clubs to come together and to congregate in a big way. But now this is the point where, again, they're saying they're letting you touch them. There are some women who are. But then there's this whole ideology that, oh, all the women must want us to touch them because they're all dressed. And you're going to hear the conversations or the points being made in the video. So I just wanted to highlight that part real quick. Again, They'll let you touch them. They'll let you grab them. Nigga, this is heaven on
see, you
earth.
cross a boundary when you go up to women who don't want to be touched doing that shit.
And then if you do touch them, and they do let you know, hey, that's not me. Y'all niggas sound like James Brown. Please, babe, come on, babe, please. Invading their personal space to where there were women who were saying, I don't even want to come back anymore. I mean, but again, we're going to see why these men did it. Because again, to Black Men Unfiltered, I'm going to leave his comment up here while we playing this video. No shade. Shout out to you, pimp, and make sure you keep commenting. Because at the end of the day, I'm not hating. I'm at a place, for me, I'm just at a place where I'm glad people are speaking their mind. Speak your truth so we know where everybody at.
Right.
I'm just tired of the pussyfooting around and playing around. Like, say what you mean and mean what you say and stand on business. But let's continue to see how these women were forced to be hoes in the 90s. Again, this is 1998.
Don't touch it, cause she'll cut you. She'll cut you, so don't touch it.
I'm gonna cut them. They keep on touching me. If they touch them, I'm saying, you should come out here like that if you don't expect brothers to do the things that they do to them. You know what I'm saying, right? I know my girl wouldn't be out here like that.
Oh, now this is what Mark Lamont Hill said, quoted in the documentary of FreakNik. Because again, I'm glad that they were able to give nuance and give us history, which helps us to understand it better. He said, and I quote, in the 90s, FreakNik were one of the few sites in public where you could let loose, wear a little less. And so, it was a moment where Black women and girls were able to see themselves as not just people who responded to what men wanted, but who could also express their own desires. That kind of stuff was radical at the time.
Right,
So
and that was their own right to do.
Exactly. But again, listen to what this man just said. He said, well, if you come out there dressed like that, you can't get...
I have the right to put my hands on you.
I have a right to bust a cap. I have a right to kick in your nuts. Nigga, again, you can do whatever, look, you can do whatever you like, but there's also consequences that come with doing whatever you like. But this individual, he's going to have a shift. You're going to hear it. So let's continue. He just sees that. Let's continue to go forward, y'all. Because again, these ladies were forced to be hoes. They were forced to be hoes.
You know what I'm saying?
See a young lady not dressed the way I think she should be dressed, or if she's revealing too much, there is a time that I will approach her and talk to her and pull her out, especially if the men are acting really, really wild.
Now, to her point, I can understand it coming from that viewpoint. Because again, for a lot of the women as well, who also play into the whole thing of, oh, this is what men want, they feel like they're enticing them, or you're enticing them. But if that's the case, you got to blame Uncle Luke for that.
Well, shit, everybody'll be out here in none outfits then, if that's the case.
You might as well, exactly, you might as well blame Uncle Luke for that, because he was the one that made it okay to be like, yeah, this bitch, this hoe, we want some pussy, we want lipstick on our dick, we horny. We love you long time. We want you to do that. So it cultivated that environment. Again, it wasn't what it was originally supposed to be, which was supposed to be just a place for Black college students to come together that are their age. Not this inception of older and younger people coming into
these old ass niggas that's old enough to be parents out here. Y'all got children at this age out here.
But then once the queer people come into the situation, now all of a sudden there's this greater awareness of children. But did we not just see that little mook over here about to get in some? The fuck? It's a nigga that went to FreakNik to look just like him right now. Let's continue.
They will have no problem showing it all here. It's always a few people that'll, try and push it too far, and they ruin it for everybody else, and the police get pissed off and don't allow anything. Because guys they're not down here to meet their wife or someone they want to date. They're, pretty much down here just to meet someone to go to sleep with, so.
I've seen them rubbing their legs and putting their hands up their dresses, and I just don't think that is appropriate. I really, really don't. I have seen it where females were raped, females were sexually assaulted to a severe point, and where they had to receive lots of medical attention.
Reality-wise, people don't know how to act, for real. Because we already seen a couple of women get felt up. And if it wasn't for the police, you know, anything, somebody could get raped.
And I'm going to say this, because Lamont also says this too, and I appreciate this. I'm so glad it's all coming together, especially towards the end, because I had so many notes. I was like, Lord, because, you know, people think that I'm unprepared and stuff. They don't know me. But let me see if I can find it real quick, okay? And this is true, because he did speak about it. Quote, there is a narrative in this country that black men are sexually violent, sexually violent, sexual predators, and sexually irresponsible, and it's important that we don't reinforce that idea by suggesting that FreakNik was filled with these crazy, violent black male sexual predators. There was a lot of harassment, there was a lot of unwanted touching, and there was, in some cases, grape. But most people who attended FreakNik did not participate in any kind of sexual misconduct. That's important. Now,
and see, they didn't show that.
But to a point, that is true. I understand that not all these black men are sexual deviants that are just waiting to unleash themselves. There are some black men that do have what is known as emotional and mental control and sexual control. You know what I'm saying? But let's not lie. If you a man and you going to FreakNik, the benefit or the icing on the cake is that you're going to see some titties. And for straight men, you're going to be okay with that. That's okay. There are some men who going to play it smooth because it was nigga smooth talk. What's up, babe? What's going on? What's your name? Some of y'all didn't even ask for names. Y'all just had numbers and descriptions. Bitch with the green eyes and booty shorts. Bitch with the red shoes on and the white pants. You don't even know they damn
bitch
names.
with no panties on.
Exactly. These vivid descriptions that if you would have found something like that being described about your damn daughter, you would lose your fucking mind. So to a point, yes, all these men are not sexual deviants or they're sexually trying to lose control, but at the same time,
we're not gonna act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, but not only that, that's what. Yeah, we're not gonna prove that it did not happen. And also, when you see it, because he just said, "Well, I saw a few women get touched up." Why you ain't do nothing as a brother? Because according to Stacey Lloyd in her quote, she said, so after the attack, after she was almost raped, okay, and this I wrote it how she talked. Okay, I asked some of her isms, and sometimes she was saying shit. I said, girl, okay, I move these ums and shit. Make up your mind. So she said, so after the attack, so again, I was just in this weird mental state, kind of blah, but then angry. And I was afraid of crowds. And I was specifically and unfortunately afraid of black crowds because I, unfortunately, was attacked by my brothers. Like, I didn't know for the life of me. I couldn't get it. I'm like, certainly, clearly, you have a mom, a grandma, a sister, aunt, somewhere along those lines. You have females in your life, and what if it was them? So for these black men to sit up here and talk about, oh, well, we saw these women getting touched up, but you ain't do nothing, you are responsible as well. Because again, to a lot of these people's logic, women are weak. They don't know how to defend themselves. They need help of a man. It's not a want, it's a need. They need help from men. So if these women need help from all these hungry niggas who are acting in this type of way, why are you as black men not stepping in to say, bro, that's not cool, or check a nigga physically if that is the case? But then again, like Stacey said, if it was your sister that went to FreakNik, who snuck off to FreakNik, it
would have been World War III if it was anybody in their family.
Exactly. If she would have snuck away and didn't even tell her parents that she was at FreakNik, only for her parents to discover that their daughter got raped at FreakNik, at a place that she wasn't even supposed to be at anyway, because we heard what happened down there. Do you see all this bullshit? And again, this is from 1998, so let's listen and see how common this fucking conversation still is.
Maybe more than somebody, a couple of people could.
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Come on, come on.
They started out There's a great walk around in downtown Peachtree. There was a couple of girls to the right of us, then they was dancing on top of a car.
Let me see you drop to the ground. Come on, girl.
So they was dancing and guys was just grabbing them a little bit, but they couldn't reach them. So then we was just chilling, watching them dancing. So then we turned around, and this other girl was dancing with some other guy, some guy that was in the crowd. One girl, she had an all-white dress on, and they had her on stage. She got up there, she just danced a little bit. By the time we turned around, it just got ugly. We just saw this girl getting her clothes just ripped off. She was getting mauled. It was like a swarm of bees just attacking her all at one time. It's 50 guys and one female.
So these is what happened to the hoes that was forced to be hoes in the 90s? I'm just asking.
She had scratches all over her, like her shoulder, her back. A lot of the guys was just grabbing her, trying to get their fill.
Black men, if you're still in here, please share your thoughts. Again, when I go into your lives, I be in your lives and I be commenting in your lives the ones that I'm interested in or the ones that I feel like y'all need help in. So again, please help us understand from what you're seeing from your standpoint, sir, as an elder. Please help this young leprechaun homosexual understand how the 90s was forcing ladies to be hoes. That these ladies in particular were forced to be hoes. I'm waiting.
A lot of people had the camcorders. They wanted to see her just be totally nude. And then the cops came over and helped her out, but the whole situation, everybody was just standing there watching.
Did you hear that? Oh, this shit was happening. Did y'all just hear this nigga just say that in the midst of all these niggas, all these men, all of these quote unquote to some people real men, okay, the men that are on the right side of nature and God and all this shit,
they were just standing there watching.
They were just standing there watching it. Literally 10 niggas tearing the clothes. Where's y'all niggas at? And I think that be the issue that a lot of people have in reference to the critique of black men. Y'all will put in the action and the work in the shit that's actually destructive, but y'all won't actually put in the fucking work when it comes to shit that's productive. Because that was an opportune time. But again, these women are being forced to be hoes, and I guess to his point, this is what happened to hoes. Why should y'all care about this bitch? This bitch was a hoe. She was shaking her
Spicy
ass.
just made that point in the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a comment back up there. Said, let's be real. If it was their family member, they wouldn't have done shit either. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. If my sister would have went to FreakNik and I didn't know about it, and some motherfucker tried to do some shit to her, bitch, and I
I'm
found
finna
out
spray
about
that.
it, girl,
I'm finna edit bitch out.
I'm finna call my cousins that do that shit to do that shit, and at the meantime, I'm gonna go to the motherfucking candle shop and I'm gonna get all type of goddamn dust and powders and all type of shit, girl, and I'm gonna pray to the universe, girl, to sit up here and let vengeance come down on your ass, bitch, and watch from a distance and see what happens to your ass. Because you don't play around with certain people. You leave people alone. Now, it would be one thing if, again, this woman was saying, you can touch me, go ahead, you can touch, and she was starting to suck dick. Then I understand. That's some hoe shit. That is some hoe shit. But again, FreakNik, because of Uncle Luke, inspired this whole, basically the strip club outside. It's the strip club outside. It's the pussy joint. It's the P-Valley outside, down at the valley where the hoes get naked on Peachtree Street, out in the open. But again, when heterosexual people do it, it's all right. It's okay. It's cool. But Lord, let gay pride happen. Then all of a sudden, it's a horrible situation. And FreakNik didn't just happen in one area in Piedmont Park. These motherfuckers said on the documentary that
they were all of
the
city
of Atlanta was the goddamn party. So no matter where you at, people couldn't even get home from work, get into work. I can only imagine what the children saw on the way to school. But the homosexual. Oh, okay. Let's continue. Ooh, sorry for that. Oh shit. Sorry for that. That siren. Damn. Hold on. Girl. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Changed my focus. It changed the way I approach females, because before we was like, hey, yo, hey girl, let me talk to you real quick, screaming and like, come over here, let me talk to you, cutie, or whatever. Now I was like, excuse me, may I talk to you? You know, you can put your window down. I'm not gonna try anything. I'm not, you know, I try to make it seem like more calm and more respectful for the female.
When I take you out. See, now at the beginning, didn't you just hear him say, oh shit, I mean, well, you walking around with your titties and your ass out, shit, I mean, you asking for it, bitch, I mean, damn, what I'm supposed to do? Then he saw it in action. He ain't do shit about it. Because, okay, it was my girl, she wouldn't be doing that shit. Well, why didn't you treat that woman like it was your girl when she was getting her ass right. Fucking men? Be your brother's and your sister's actual keeper, right?
Let's say it was your girl.
Exactly. Say if it was. Would you want some other nigga to step in for your girl? But we have men now who are saying in certain platforms, oh, well, if you look like a hoe and dress like a hoe, I ain't gonna save you. I ain't gonna do shit. I mean, you asking for it. I ain't finna jump in and help no hoe. Get it.
They were forced.
But then again, somebody in this documentary is going to say something that's going to be like, wow, but we don't think about that. Y'all be so driven about ass and titties and curve and your dick being engorged with blood, trying to bust a nut, that you put yourself and other people in harm's way, just like them 10 niggas did on that female in broad day fucking light, and none of you niggas did nothing. Y'all waited for the police to come, girl.
Like and a pack of wild dogs.
And you let's continue. So now all of a sudden the men are amongst themselves. You know, this is men unfiltered, really unfiltered. Okay, really for real unfiltered in the Winnebago. That all them niggas paid $100-something to chip in. With niggas sleeping on dashboards, niggas sleeping under the truck and shit, outside and shit, because everybody can't fit to sleep in there. But let's listen to their commentary.
It was bad, but it was done the wrong way. All right, we want to see a black sister get raped. Like we had that
nobody get raped, man.
Yo, we had that girl, she had a nipple pierced, and she let us see it.
My bad.
She let us
we locked her in, that's why.
Not no rapist. That's a ripping shirt off.
Nobody get raped.
But you were saying, I want to see that.
You don't want somebody what I wanted to see.
Some hair right here.
I didn't say I wanted to get raped. I saw what I wanted to see.
I mean, Harvey.
Maybe I didn't see that. But I saw what I wanted to see.
Women down here that dress like hoes and with the short stuff.
Now this is going to be the place where they have the conversation. Now listen to what this lady said. Let me bring it back a little bit. Listen.
Women down here that dress like hoes and with the short stuff and all that, you know, I feel like they don't have any respect for themselves. They want that attention. They like that negative attention, and that is not cool. I'm sorry. If you got a mind, you got a brain, you're intelligent, you need to act that way and dress that way. Ain't nothing wrong with having a little fun, coming down to FreakNik and all that stuff, but you ain't got to be acting out with your clothes, showing your butt and all that stuff. That's not cool.
But yo, at the FreakNik, they ripping their clothes off, calling bitches and hoes. I don't think that's, you should do that to a sister. Most of those, I'm saying that.
What I mean by that is like, y'all saw what I had on when y'all first met me. Yeah. I had on little shorts, but that didn't mean I was less intelligent. Yeah. That didn't mean I was asking you to grab my ass. If I was walking around, you know, and I bent over and, you know what I'm saying?
If you were dressing.
And at the same time, boom, she just said it. Just because I dress this way does not mean that I'm not intelligent. That's your limited viewpoint. Which is why your ass respond to me in that way when you don't even fucking know me. You see ass. Now, yes, if I want to show my ass, this is where I hear you do the shit at FreakNik, where y'all can sit up there and low-key go back to like elementary and play goddamn house and shit. Because y'all just doing it as adults out in the street, playing motherfucking tag and hide and go get it and shit. That's literally what y'all doing. But at that time, the men, like I said in my notes, there was a time where they were able to entice each other and there was still a boundary in place.
It was
where
consensual.
it's like, where it was consensual, where it's like, hey, mom, what's going on? Whoopty, whoopty, whoop. And if she wanted you to touch her, she would give you permission to do so. But now this is at a place where men are being disrespectful and they're basically trying to demand it and take it from them. Okay? And again, all the sexual shit that's happening ain't no homo. Well, it's gonna be one dude that like he gay because he kind of talk like how I talk and shit. But at the same time, the gay people we ain't nowhere in that crowd influencing the conversation as far as the behavior and stuff. That's heterosexual people doing this. And y'all have the privilege to do it out in public, especially black people. At FreakNik. but the gay pride's too much. The children too much. You literally have children who have had their brothers and sisters, and some of y'all niggas fathers and mothers and shit come back from FreakNik and tell they damn child or they brother or they sibling, man, FreakNik was crazy, to where they're young as fuck and they can't wait to graduate so they can go to FreakNik and see what the fuck all the shit was about. Get the fuck out of here. Now listen to what this individual says.
Appropriately, shorts, I don't care how much intelligence you got, I don't see intelligence, I see your naked flesh. Now, I would not grab your body, but there are people that will.
That will, right.
So, you should dress appropriately.
Or y'all niggas can motherfucking man the fuck up like y'all tell us
and keep your hands to your fucking self.
And keep your hands to yourselves, and when them niggas get out of the way, check them.
Exactly.
Because,
something that,
go ahead here, you speak. Because I'm going off.
I was about to say something that they don't do often, which is why 10 niggas were able to rip that girl's clothes off.
Very performative. And that's the energy that's happening in a lot of these red pill spaces. It's a lot of performative talk, but you're not putting no action. Where was the black men that were aware enough to be able to pull these niggas off of this woman and be this woman's covering?
It's like they were aware of what was happening, but nobody was doing anything about it. Like is it some type of, like, do you feel like you're breaking bro code or something by holding or checking another black man? I don't know. I don't know what that's.
Very interesting you said that, because I think that's what's going on, because I think there's like this unspoken bro code where you try to give lax or give slack in the dialogue when it comes to holding black men accountable when they really do some really horrible shit like this, but they don't. Like, there was a point in time where I was at the barbershop and I was getting my hair cut, and of course it's all these older men, younger men, just all type of men around, and the barber started the conversation as far as, well, if your friend was getting cheated on by, you know, if your homeboy was getting cheated on by his girl and you saw her out with that man, would you tell him that your girl cheating, or would you not say anything? These niggas that was deacons and shit, that went to my church and shit, all sat around and said, no, I wouldn't tell him. That would break his heart. That would break his heart. That'd give him a fucking heart attack. So what you're doing, and then they asked me, and I said, yeah, I would definitely tell him. Well, why? Because if your girl was cheating on you, wouldn't you want to know? He was silent. When it's your ass, but then
like,
again,
it's really
it's the bro code. It's the bro code where it's like,
because later on down the line, he finds out that you knew and you didn't tell him, he's gonna be pissed off.
Exactly. He probably gonna think you was fucking her too, because you ain't. Now it's all type of assumptions game going on here. But what she said was very important. She said, just because I dress this way does not mean that I do this. Just like how black people get mad at cops when they pull them over for looking a certain way when they don't even know your character. You're turning around and doing it to somebody else. That's why emotional and mental awareness and intelligence is needed and is real. And some of you niggas are very performative when it comes to that. But then when the application comes, just like in this example, y'all fail.
And to your point, there never should have been that many dudes around and nobody did anything. Like, that's just the bottom line. That should have never happened with so many men around.
Yeah, but let the faggots be around and see what happened. Then y'all be ready.
That would have been a full-blown brawl.
Y'all would feel at service, like God has ordained you at this moment in time to say yes. Time to ex-gay these niggas. Let's continue.
In that statement, because, you know, that's just me. I had a little shirt on, I had a little shorts on, I got it, I can flown it.
It's a party atmosphere. It's just kind of like being at a ball game. Once everything gets going and you're walking around naked and you get grabbed, don't come crying at the end and say, oh, well, I didn't know I was going to get raped, or I didn't know I was going to get fondled. You can't say that.
Wow.
Again, on these panels, these same niggas sit up here and say the same thing. Oh, again, you dressing like that. You dressing like that, but meanwhile y'all be the same. The same niggas who say that shit.
Put y'all mama and put your sister and put your aunt and your female cousins in those shoes and see if you feel the same.
Exactly, and those niggas are the same niggas who are at FreakNik to talk and fuck. But what they're saying is that I'm not gonna do it publicly. I'm gonna wait and hope and pray and be like Keith Sweat and beg your ass to give me some pussy, and then when you do, I'm gonna let the dog out in me. So basically, it's like instead of holding the individual accountable for being overt, which is literally fucking up y'all chances of now getting pussy because ain't nobody gonna come to FreakNik. So at this point, maybe the gay nigga should come, because there seem like gayness right, gay fest there, girl. It's a sausage fest. All the women are leaving. Because that's what I'm saying, like the logic's not there. Instead of y'all stopping these men who, let me see if I can help the bro logic out a little bit. Instead of y'all standing in place to safeguard these men and not hold these men accountable because y'all afraid y'all gonna get y'all ass beat. And a lot of y'all can't fight without a goddamn gun.
And see, that's the thing right there.
Y'all rather just shut the fuck up and not say any goddamn okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop. This is the evidence here. Now, this dude, I think he kind of gay because he kind of talk like how I talk. My sisters and my brothers.
It's giving that. You
know, gay people, we can tell.
Yeah.
That's why some of you niggas that's homophobic, y'all better shut the fuck up, girl, because there's a gay person out there that knows your tea.
Fam recognize fam. That's all I'm gonna say.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let King. I'm gonna let the King say it real quick. The King of stuttering and shit. Hold on, where's it at? Where is it at, girl? Damn, where is it at? Hold on, I'm trying to pull it. Oh Lord, is it this one? I think it's this one. Hold on.
That vibe would never leave you. Nor forsake you. So that vibe.
This is for faggots.
Hell no. Ain't no way. Ain't never been a representative for me, so speak for you, my brother. Honey, I represent all the men here. Anyway.
You be a falling out motherfucker. Okay, we see each other. Anyway, let's continue.
Because the sister's walking around down here showing a lot of her body that she is asking to be raped. That is just her saying that she is showing her body. She is a beautiful black woman who is taking pride in herself. She has it, so she can show it.
The bottom line is when females come out here half dressed, half naked, they're asking for negative attention.
Let's look at our ancestors. We walked around in Africa naked, and our brothers was not raping our sisters in Africa. You know what I'm saying? No. Majority of them.
That part. And I forgot, I saw an article somewhere or a video somewhere where some dude was like, all these women walking around naked and y'all ain't walking around horny. That's because, again, over in America, we are hypersexualized, meaning that we are literally just seeing people on the physical appearance only and what they can offer. Okay, you ever heard of post-nut clarity? Some of y'all need to have that post-nut clarity before the nut too, so that you don't put yourself in situations where you end up doing shit. And I don't give a fuck when none of them niggas talking about, oh, well, you're asking to this, and I'm not gonna. If you see another black man abusing a black woman physically in the open for everybody to see, and you don't say or do anything to prevent that, well, I don't know what happened, then that's for the police and them to find out. Make sure the person that's getting abused is able to live to tell the fucking story, because that example of all them niggas ripping her clothes off, she wasn't walking around butt ass naked. She was showing her ass and she was showing her little body. And even Rashida, the Nookie Diva, it gets wetter than Lake Geneva. Even she talked about how the little booty shorts and stuff like that. There were little songs about Daisy Dukes and all this shit. Let's stop acting like this is something new. There was some sort of transmutation, and I think, Harold, you sent me a question in our chat that I kind of want to ask the chat. And Black Man, I know you still here, Pimpin'. Please share your thoughts, Pimpin', or whoever is over there listening, because I want to hear from you. He sent me a question, Harold, where it says, where did the perversion of those men come from as far as them just being fucking sex crave and doing shit in the street? Because no drag queens or visible LGBT plus presence were in any of the footage we saw on the documentary. So where did this perversion come from? Where do you think it came from? Harold, do you have an answer?
Maybe because let me say, I feel like it's a, you can give multiple answers to that. One being that it is how men were indoctrinated, and I don't know. I don't know how to answer it. I feel like that's definitely one point. And help me out, Buzz. I can't.
No,
this wine hit me.
No, you good.
This wine hit me.
You good. You good. But that's a very good point. That's one of the pivotal points. Like, they've been indoctrinated to act that way. That's the way that it's looked at. I mean, just look at how FreakNik was. How FreakNik didn't even start off in that way.
Yeah.
Again, it was something innocent, something for black college students to come together and celebrate each other for spring break. It started to gain popularity in movies and in TV shows because at the end of the day, the black community is already a minority group. So, of course, we're going to still hear about shit from each other, which is why people watch my shit and they comment once and don't comment again. But that's all right. And
then it shifted when people felt like there was a lack of freak at the FreakNik.
Exactly. Not even understanding the origin of what it really
Which I don't
was.
think he knew the origin. I don't think.
Of course not, because for him, he's the king of freaks. So, I mean, if it's the name, nigga, I'm going to have to be, and this is hot Atlanta, and I'm from Miami.
And ain't no freak shit happening.
Exactly.
Then
this is an untapped
I certainly need to bring it.
Exactly, which, to me, I feel like, I'm not going to blame it all on Uncle Luke. Like Spicy said, don't blame Uncle Luke. But Uncle Luke is responsible for the transition into what has happened, unfortunately. I'm going to definitely say that. What's going on, Extra Smoke? Lot of check. Okay, Extra Smoke said he a freak light. Okay.
What's up, Jay?
So let's. Let me end this by really giving you my answer. I feel like the answer is also this too. Little ass girl talking about make all the fellas stand up. You ain't talking about no little ass boys. Let the boys stand up. The fellas stand up. Y'all let it happen then. So why do y'all have a feeling now? Oh, well, maybe it's the fact that you're looking at a mirror and you're seeing yourself outside of yourself. That's how I used to act. Hell yeah. And now because of this documentary and shit, and I'm pretty sure more evidence finna come out, it's gonna be more shit. So hell yeah. Sexy Rhonda, sexy Kelly, sexy Alicia. Hell yeah. We see your
and they know what they were doing at that
way
age.
Before Sexy Red said it. The fuck? Let me see what else we got. I mean, people are young. They're trying to hook up. They're like, oh, you're cute. Oh, you're cute, you know? So again, we know the sex was going on. And again, the sex was public. But when the queer people have pride, which a lot of times is in a contained space, because please tell me, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never been to Atlanta, but tell me when MLK weekend took over the city of Atlanta, where it was just a bunch of glitter and goddamn empty Fleet bottles and goddamn condoms all around the city of Atlanta. Please tell me, has that happened? Or is it only in sanctioned areas? Okay? So again, like, if we're going to play this game, let's play this game across the board. And I'm here to help. Y'all trying to look at the queer people blind spots? I'm looking at y'all's too. Let's help each other. Okay? Let's see. What else I got? I think that was it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's all the quotes I had and all the stuff I had to say. You have any lasting thoughts you would like to share before I read some of these comments?
No.
Okay, then. I understand. Hero said, look, baby, this wine. What type of wine did you get?
I was drinking Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna be over to drink some Taylor Port for this ratchet shit. I was about to say,
oh no,
Taylor Port. Well, y'all know I don't really drink like that, but I had to have, I always have my herb with me. That's my drink of choice. Okay, but Hero, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I do want to start working. I'm gonna try either tomorrow or on Monday to kind of give my perspective about the whole Drake Bell and Brian Peck situation. I'm also waiting for Tough Topics podcast to drop her video with her, I guess, using the Drake Bell situation to explain how the Me Too movement is bullshit in reference to, I believe, women using it when boys need protection. So I'm kind of glad I'm gonna wait and listen to her commentary. Yeah, even though we don't agree on queerphobia, I still do respect the way that she thinks. She thinks outside the box, and I'm gonna always highlight that, regardless if you are on an opposing side. If you thinking outside the box and you really trying to make figure shit out, I fucks with that energy. So that might help me to kind of give.
Because contrary to what a lot of people believe, it absolutely happens to little boys, as we saw on the Nickelodeon documentary.
Hell yeah. And then when the boys do have it happen to them, there really is no real immediate response either.
As we saw with the as we saw when Drake was talking about how many people showed up in support of Brian Pickett in the courtroom.
Exactly. And then use the same logic that some of these people use in reference to the women at FreakNik.
To these women at FreakNik.
Oh well it happened because he must
have enticed that man.
And I mean, Drake Bell does have six-pack and all this stuff. And it's a lot of sexual abuse against children in the Hollywood
Drake Bell,
industry.
I'm sure, was fully clothed every time he was around that man.
Hell yeah! The fuck are you? If I'm correct, please help me understand when Drake Bell was like, "Ooh, yes, I'm going to Bryant House, girl. I can't wait. Go to Bryant House." When did he ever say that? Nothing of the sort. So it's kind of like, look, a wise mystic once said, and I've been applying this in my life since 2020, especially now. Just expose yourself. Whatever shadow work that you have on the inside, whatever insecurities that you're dealing with, first of all, be honest with yourself. That's how you start your shadow work or your self-healing journey. Be honest about the things that scare you, that have traumatized you. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. It's only true because you give it that energy. Face that. If you don't face that, the universe will help your ass out by turning on all the lights, and whatever roach ass spirit, whatever roach ass insecurity you have on you, there is no fridge, no fucking cabinet, no bag of hot Cheetos, empty bag of hot Cheetos. There's nowhere you can hide from the light. This is the age of Aquarius, which is about the age of truth and exposure. A lot of religious people use the whole scripture of every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Every knee. So again, objective truth is coming in. And to your point, we probably wouldn't even be here really talking about FreakNik in this way if the same men who weren't led by their dick wasn't recording.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all trying to make freak videos and shit. These are the same niggas who bought the R. Kelly tape at the gas station. Okay.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, you know what? Anyway, let's look at the comments real quick before we go. Let me see. Oh, this is pretty good. I'm glad it went like over 2 hours. I know I can talk. I be trying to do it. I went from 8 hours down to 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm doing a good job. Shit, I know people was like, Buzz, I had to watch your shit over a month. Let me see. I'm trying to get the comments. Spicy says the youth ministry did a black college tour. We went from the DMV all the way down to Florida visiting schools. Just so happened when we got to ATL, it was FreakNik weekend.
That's how she accidentally ended up at FreakNik.
The chaperones were like, oh, not the chaperones, like, oh my God. Please.
So that must have been during the time when they were all out in the street with it.
Yeah. And let's be honest, I don't know, is it the reason why I think they have, like, I guess, opposition against queerness and stuff like that? Is it because they feel like, well, we went down this road, it was innocent, and then it became sexual, and look at us now, queer people, we don't want you to go down that same road. Is that the case? Because if that's the case, help a bitch out so we don't end up like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it seems like. And I mean, at this point in time, and even on Black Men Unfiltered, when they had the conversation about the whole trans thing, and they had biological women on the platform, which I really enjoyed because it gave different perspectives. One mother said something that was absolutely true, and I think we all, as individuals within the community, just have to accept it. Like, children literally have supercomputers in their hands now. They're learning shit that parents don't even know about. So it's kind of like, as they're educating themselves, what's wrong with also further educating yourself so that if your child is exploring whatever it is that your child is exploring, that they will be able to do it in the safest way possible. That's even with their sexuality. Like creating a safe space for them to explore that. Well, maybe
and don't demonize them and weaponize it against them.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Is it a phase? Well, it could be. Are you willing to be patient enough to even see if that's the case? And if it isn't a phase, how are you still gonna love your child objectively?
Like you always, like you always mention about your dad and how he panicked.
Yeah.
Instead of educating himself, which he later did, but initially when it happened, he wasn't prepared.
Yeah. And I'm starting to look at it in a way as like, even with when it's not in, because of how society has constructed this falsified, demonized narrative on queer people, that even when queer people try to tell their own stories, they're like, no, we like this one better. That when their children are that, the fear, like you're right, the fear does come through. But my thing about my father is that I'm grateful that he was open and honest about his fear. A lot of parents and a lot of elders are afraid to be honest, because I feel like if they were to try to find a way to love the person, despite however their life experience is, that they're somehow compromising their ticket into heaven. Like they always say, love the sinner but hate the sin, or you can just love and let God do the rest. And whatever God allows, allow that to be. Your job is to love your damn child. And my father had to go through an ego death. He had to. But a lot of people are afraid. And I want people to understand too that if you are queerphobic, the universe is not playing with y'all. Y'all gonna fuck around and manifest queer children in your life. I want you to understand that.
T.S. Madison said it the other day.
I want you to, that's a spiritual thing. One of the spiritual laws, regardless of whatever faith you believe, the universal law that governs all this shit, regardless of our belief systems. One thing is true. Whatever you put out, it comes back to you, and whatever you resist will persist. Why do you think a lot of pastors have a lot of kids that are doing all type of shit? They're preaching against the sin of the world. Meanwhile, the sins of the world are in their household. So it's a lot of exposing, and I hope that these exposés in reference to blackness continues to come out so that we can start having real, healthy, genuine, honest, healing conversations that literally transforms the black community. Like, there are moments where we do. Even with FreakNik, again, there was a moment where it was consensual, it was cool, and everything, and people understood there was a common knowledge. And again, even if a person went too far, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, you know, I mean, it's FreakNik, you know, I'm just saying. But you also learn, just like how that man learned. Like, you know, Lord, let me see.
He saw how real it got real fast.
Hell yeah. He was a pretty cool dude. Like, if you watch the entire documentary, he's like a real chill, funny type of dude. He likes to dance and stuff. Of course, you know, let's just be real. Men, whether you gay or straight, you like sex. You like busting the nut. Even if you ain't fucking, you like busting the nut. I can't speak on women because I don't have a women person. I'm not trying to be a woman. But at the same time, I have a dick. So I know what I know what my dick like. And men, we understand that. So it's kind of like a lot of these men, let's not act like, oh, we went to FreakNik just for the music, just for the weed, just for all this shit. You had niggas renting U-Hauls to fuck in.
10 to 15 dudes in one RV.
In one RV.
It was
I
that
know
serious.
it was some down low shit going on in these vans. It was the black version of motherfucking what's that movie? Bareback Mountain, bitch.
Because you can't tell me that it was a pack of horny niggas in one place like that and wasn't nothing going down. But I digress.
I'm just saying. I mean, hey, like I said, it's Atlanta. So some of them niggas, I saw some of them niggas. I'm like, some of them niggas, like, didn't I see you in the ballroom video or something back in the day? You didn't think they had cameras either. Everybody gagging. At this point, if you're gonna record some shit, you better think and think twice, because what you say can and will be used against you. Okay, let me see. Bro, even Tommy this nigga was talking about how barbaric those men were at FreakNik, where he saw a woman got toe up off her clothes. He said she was a beautiful woman, and he had to pull her away. Well, I'm glad he did something, even though he be saying some problematic shit. At least he did something, allegedly. Because this also is Tommy Sotomayor, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Let me see. But what about the average woman that just dresses like an average woman? These men will still look at them or do weird things to them. It's not even about what they wear. They'll still grape them. Exactly. Again, we can use the church as an example. I used a picture of Erica Campbell in one of her gospel albums where literally, technically, she was covered from her neck down. So all you saw was her fucking face. But she can't help the fact that God blessed her with breasts and hips and ass and thighs and all that shit you niggas love. And the fact that her dress was form-fitting and they go into church is kind of like, oh, well, women got to stop dressing like this so that you don't entice me. Isn't it your job?
She was fully clothed.
The ass was assing. Even Steve Harvey, when he did Don't Trip, He Ain't Through With Me Yet, he talked about Yolanda Adams and how Yolanda Adams, when he was hosting for a gospel award show, that light was hitting underneath Yolanda Adams' ass just right. And you know Yolanda Adams work out and shit, so her ass, that donkey was sitting good, and he had to give God praise for a moment. Tell your mother I said thank you. Just for a moment. So it's kind of like, it's about self-control. That's the thing. Instead of you losing your religion in church because this woman is enticing you, how about you do what the song asks your ass to do? To keep your mind trained and stayed on Jesus. That's your job.
And is she really enticing them? Because majority of the time, they're not even thinking about the men.
She over there singing about Jesus, and you thinking about saying his name while you inside of her. Make that make sense. Because look at the way those men dress and how they were acting. And like I said, if a woman was smart and intelligent, she can't date these men. But the men are fine. A lot of these men use their physical attraction as well. They take their shirts off to be enticing as well. And some of the men show their body so that they have a permission. Even in the documentary, there was a dude.
You saw dudes putting their pants down.
Yeah, and not even that. There was a dude who was in the RV with everybody else who had a night last night with 2 women. He was like, all I knew is I started taking pictures. So he was taking pictures. There were literally niggas on the documentary who went to motherfucking, what's the name? ABC Warehouse and Radio Shack and shit and got fucking cameras, camcorders and shit. We got them VHS on it and shit, like, and hiding it in the trophy, like a serial killer or something. Literally going down to FreakNik to literally record women be all up in their titties, all up under their skirt, pull the shit up. Damn, you fine. Niggas pulling out women and shit. Damn, she's sexy. Oh, thank you. I'm talking about your navel ring. I didn't even see her damn navel ring. She had to pull her shirt up to show you had a navel ring. You got X-ray powers, nigga. The dick's so hard. You got extra powers. You can see shit now. Like, come on. Come on. Like, men need to control themselves. And I also think that's another reason why men also express queerphobia, because they feel like they're also seeing themselves outside themselves too, because it's 2 men. And especially if you watch gay adult entertainment, especially around the late 90s, early 2000s, there was nothing but goddamn what y'all would consider trade ass niggas, real DMX, thug ass niggas, who was throwing their legs up in the air and getting pounded, getting whole fucked, all that shit. You would gag at it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You would gag at it. You'd be surprised. Go, bitch, to gay too. Put on your private browser. Some of y'all already know about that. Go in there, type in
which is the point we just made about the RV.
Hello, that's a whole scene right there. I'm trying to think of some of the production companies. What's the nigga name? Tiger Tyson. Look at Tiger Tyson's shit. Okay.
Dog Pound.
I'm trying to think of some other old
Black Rain.
Lord, what else? I about to say Flavor Man. Is it Flavor Man? Flavor
Works.
Oh, Flavor Works. There you go. Flavor Works.
La Rosa.
All that type of shit. Like, all them productions, you will be shocked at it. Some of these niggas who at FreakNik was being freaky.
Yeah, Spicy. Spicy said enough.
I know she got some names. Hold on, cause she gagged me one time. I was like, Spicy, you? I'm about to bring up on the live. So what you like about gay porn? I would like to know. Let me see. Nate says exactly. It was when people not in college start going to FreakNik doing the most. Yeah, where were the people that were like trying to regulate it? Again, it was only in one part of Piedmont Park. And then it exploded all over the damn city because of these rappers. I forgot the name of that movie where like this one guy threw like the biggest party of all time, to where it was like the police came and stuff. It was like a first person, like a camcorder movie. I forgot what it was called. But they were literally trying to recreate that. Black people shut the city down. Literally. Like literally shut it down. Let me see. We almost done. Let me see. Black men are taught that sex is the prize and the trophy. They was taught that. This is an Extra Smoke is a heterosexual black man. Himself. Who literally just stated that. And again, they learned this.
And he is correct.
In the barbershop, at church, here at FreakNik. My dad encouraged philandering, but loved and respected black women. Make that make sense.
So many black fathers did. I mean,
It was a whole
like
nigga on the documentary that said, "Oh, well, my wife don't know I'm down here, but I'm looking at all the young honey." It's literally in the documentary. I'm like, wow.
like I was saying earlier when I had the brain fart, it was literally indoctrinated. It was ingrained in us as young black boys.
Hell yeah. Some of them older men that was selling hot dogs and shit like that, they was also getting their money, but they also want to see the action shit. Hold on, babe, I'm about to sell these hot dogs to these kids outside. And you telling these young motherfuckers that they walk past, ooh, Lord, I drink your damn bath water. Ooh, Lord, tell you to buy my
to the point where we were like probably 11, 12, 13, and you have grown men asking us, boy, you done had the first piece of pussy yet?
But yeah, we're protecting children.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make this up. Like, I really be wanting to be wrong, y'all. Like, I really be wanting people to crack my face in reference to this type of shit. Like, nobody has yet to say anything that has been paramount.
I mean, you can't debunk facts. Like, these are our lived experiences.
I'm just looking at the attempts at it, though. Like, I understand that, you know, when there's a will, but there's a way. But goddamn, you gotta have a will first. And there's no will here. Come on. Wow. The hypocrisy shall continue to be televised. It was on LimeWire. Y'all remember LimeWire?
Mm-hmm.
I done put so many damn viruses on my family computer in the kitchen doing LimeWire. But I've got me some amazing songs, though. You don't know we hate when
yes,
you like,
indeed.
download them songs. You hope it's the right song, but it be a damn commercial or some shit. I'd be like, what?
Those were our high school days when we used to make those mix CDs.
Oh, remember MySpace where you can customize your page and you know if a bitch was fucking with you if you was in their top 8 and shit? How I go from number 2 to number 6, bitch? Is there a problem? Said stinking like corn nuts. I can only imagine, and I hope them niggas wipe their ass too, because if these niggas
that
in
RV
this
was
year, I know. I mean, did y'all even put? Is there even water in the RV for y'all to use it? Because the niggas in the 1990 documentary
they probably drove down there empty-handed. They didn't even take anything. They just cooked themselves and the clothes on their back. They didn't take anything else.
That was a mobile hotel. That was a mobile the pussy wagon on wheels. Okay, my name is Chuck, and I like to. You know what I'm saying? Niggas literally was like, we parking the car here. I don't care if it's on somebody's grass, bitch. It's here today.
The dude literally said that. He literally said that. He was like, we just gonna park and walk. We just gonna park and walk.
Hell yeah, this is fucking crazy. Yes, the struggle was real. Let me see. What's up, Queen Amber? Let me see.
Hey, Amber.
That was the one that I was trying to get in my head, Spicy. How you know? Yes, Coco Norm. That was the one.
Yeah, that's why I said she. That's why I said she said when.
I'm kind of late on these comments. I went to the top, but baby, that was Coco Norm. Hell yeah, that's where I discovered. What's his name? They call his name now is the icon known as Kid. Him. I'm trying to think. Who else? Domino Star. Him. Okay, let me stop. You trying to share something, Harold?
Huh?
Said, I said, you trying to share a name? You said, I'm like, go ahead.
I was trying to think. I don't think let me see. I can't really think of anyone from Coco from that company.
Oh yeah, it's different companies, baby. Okay. And downloaded many of virus creating mixtapes. Them and our baby. When I tell you it was that and adult film too. One time, my uncle. My God. Is he my? Yeah, I think he's like my godfather or something like that. No, not my godfather. Not my godfather. He's my play uncle. Excuse me, or whatever. He works in computers, so he's very technical and tech savvy and stuff. So I remember the computer in the kitchen is where, no shade, I would watch my stuff, and I felt like I was on a mission. I'm trying to accomplish the job, and it kind of heightened the experience because it's like I could get caught at any moment. It was like, what? But that was the only place where we had internet in the computer, so I would wait till late at night or when nobody was there, or if everybody was asleep to do it or whatever. But He came over and he used my actual like page because I was on there, and I guess he saw my browser, so he taught me a trick. He said, "Here, if you want to clear your browser, do this." And when he taught me that, I said, "Oh, you done fucked up." But yeah, I put a few viruses on the computer from between LimeWire and them sites. No shade. No shade. It was a part of the childhood, and that's the thing.
Which
like,
is crazy because back then we didn't even have like Pornhub and stuff like that. Pornhub and X videos and stuff like we didn't have that. We had to go to the actual site.
Yeah, especially in abundance that it is now. Like it's overly abundant to where you don't even got to go on them sites. You can go on X now and see it there. You know what I mean? But that was a part of some of our childhoods too. And then if we were to share that, there's a sexual agenda. Meanwhile, little boys are being told that, baby, when you turn, hell, even 17, close to 18, we gonna go to FreakNik. I'm gonna take you to FreakNik. You gonna see all the girls and shit. Like, let's not act like seeing the women was not one of, if not the biggest highlight for men coming down there. It was a chance for you to see women. It was like a black Mardi Gras. You want to see titties, you can, and you might get lucky. I just want these individuals to just be honest. And shout out to the people who produced this documentary and put it out. I'm grateful. I hope that this continues to open up the doors for more conversations surrounding this so that black people can heal. And as long as BubzDaGawd is here, I'm going to continue to do that. So thank you again, Hero, for joining me. Are there any last words you'd like to share with everybody before we end the live?
No, I had a great time per usual.
Hero is how many cups you want?
My second one.
Oh, okay. They nice full cups.
Yes.
Okay, man.
I'm trying to articulate my thoughts well, but yes, this was great. I feel like there is more conversation to be had pertaining to this.
Yes.
And whenever you get ready to do it, you can always hit me up, and I'll be ready to have the conversation.
Yes. All right. Awesome.
And we need Deshaun up here too, because I feel like he could have contributed to this conversation well also.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is when I do part 2, when we talk about where I talk about Drake Bell and Brian Peck, I would like to ask both of y'all to come back on if possible, if y'all ain't got nothing going on.
Okay.
Either tomorrow or Monday, like around like the original time or whatever we started. And I would love to hear y'all thoughts, because again, like, I want to expand my platform. Like, of course, I know I can talk. I'm very good at it. Even when I have my quirks and my qualms, I get back on point. I'm doing Bubzzzfloww. Let me follow my flow. But I also want to hear other people's thoughts and perspectives as well, because y'all might see something that I don't see, and I'm not beyond reproach. And just like everybody else, I'm a student. I'm learning as well. So, I'm looking forward to y'all thoughts. So, Deshaun, hearing that, bruh, let me know, and I'll create the link, and I'll send y'all the link. So thank you.
Let's do it.
Here, I appreciate it, and I'll be seeing you soon as far as on the platform.
All right.
All right, then you have the rest of a good night.
All right, you too.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Harold, okay? Thank y'all so much for taking the time out to watch this live. If you could, please make sure you hit the like button as well as the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all of my random sporadic ass lives and uploads. If you like the vibe over here on BubzDaGawd, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all of my content, okay? And if you feel compelled, you can definitely hit that Cash App at the bottom of the screen. Okay, we take all types of donations. Okay, we FreakNik in the Cash Apps. You can touch me all you want in the Cash Apps. I give you permission, baby. I would scrub the brown, doodle brown, pussy pop. Okay, for the Cash App. Amen. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time, let's end the live with the inception of the whole situation we have in today's world, girl. Because again, where did the children learn about this? How did the Sexy Reds and the Meg the Stallions and the Nickies and the Cardi B's and the other girl who looked like Annie, I forgot her name, girl. I'm a sport. Forgot her name. Well, it started because of this.